Hi, it's Optimus here. And we're back to the bread show anyway. And there was a couple of complaints in the last series. It was focusing on Italian bread, and it's not that I'm a fan of Italian bread per se. Although I mean obviously I was mentioning Italian bread, so that's the point of doing a bread show. But anyway, some regional viewers were going, well, when's he going to start covering British bread? You know, your bread that's a bit like an Italian bread, but instead of it being a little bit squidgy and riddled with oil, it's sliced. And I thought, well, how? Let's come on, let's do some English breads. And so the night before, anyway, we went over a couple of drinks, and I was lying in bed, tossing and turning, thinking about an English bread. And I had a nightmare, absolute nightmare. I was absolutely beside myself. And I was lying in bed, and you know what I thought I was? We were back in World War One. The submarines were invented, and I was thinking, can you imagine if I was a submarine shop, and I was thinking, gee, can you imagine if somebody had invented a submarine made of bread? And I was trying to come to the conclusion that, well, would it be bad or would it be good? You know, I mean, there's some elements of bread which make them flow. Well, but if you spit on them, like I've put it into my face aperture, and it's gone into me gastrointestinal tract, which has made it a bit damp and it's made it sink. So in some respects, a dry submarine is a boat, and a damp submarine is obviously submarine. And so that made me think, in my dreams, hey, what about a submarine? You know, like submarine made of bread. And I woke up going, hey, what about a submarine made of bread? All my mates, you know. I see all my mates, I mean, the people who were in the dormitory with us, I said, what about a submarine made of bread? And they all thought it was an absolutely fantastic idea. They thought it was a fantastic idea from two parts. One is if, you know, you could be floating along, and then if the Germans were coming, you could just sink down into the sea like this, you know, with a little bit of water. And then obviously what you would need to do is suck the water out. You know, you've got to get like got a dehydrated penguin to do that, and then you'd float to the top. And if you got stuck on a desert island, you could just eat your boat. Admittedly, you'd be stranded, like, but I mean, you'd have had something to eat. And so anyway, in my dream, I was going, hey, what about that? A submarine made of bread? And I thought, that's going to be a winner. Yes, I was about to approach the Ministry of Submarines, and then I woke up anyway, and I walked into a factory around the corner. It was run by Warburton's or someone like that, and the Queen Elizabeth is anyway. She was just about to give us the VC, and she went, what do you think of this bread? I said, well, which bread are you on about, Your Majesty? This baguette. She goes, it's not a baguette made here, because baguette's very French. And I said, oh, sorry, yeah, obviously we're not having a French bread in like an English bread manufacturing department. So, hold on, I'm just going to ram this into me. I was like, it's a bit hard on your mouth, a little bit disjointed from your rectal orifice. I said, well, what are you on about, Your Majesty? She goes, well, this bread here in the shape of a submarine. I said, can I stop you here? I said, what about a submarine in the shape of a bread? She goes, no, it's bread in the shape of a submarine. I had to pause for a minute, to be honest. Because I was so incensed. You know, my idea had come from a different. So what exactly did they call this bread in the shape of a submarine? She goes, it's a U-boat buddy. She said, a U-boat buddy. I said, what? What about my idea of a submarine made of bread? She says, well, we're trying it, you know. This is a lot tastier. I said, well, you're not meant to eat the submarines, love. I didn't say love, she's the queen of the realm and stuff. And what about the idea of this unique bread submarine translation going vice versa? And she said, oh, cheaper. At the minute we're making them of metal and sailors or submariners. Although they join up with sailors and then we tell them that they're going underwater. I said, well then, how am I going to reconcile me dreams against this? She said, well, just imagine that I can't even put the verb through.